Welcome back. Moving forward in this lesson, I'm going to talk about 15 steps to getting business credit. I'm going to divide these steps into blocks of 5. So I'm going to talk about step 1 through 5, and then 6 through 10, and then 11 through 15. So here's the first set of 5 steps, right? So in order to obtain business credits, first, of course, you can contact us directly, or you can go to our website, dvigloballlc.com. You'd have to second set up a profile on Credit Check Total for $1. That kind of gives you an idea of where you stand at this point. Step 3 is Credit Check Total provides free evaluation. What that means is once you set up a profile on creditchecktotal.com and you receive the free evaluation, then you would contact us and provide us a report so we can actually take a look at in depth as to what the credit report says from Credit Check Total, and then we can evaluate in an effective manner. Based on the score, and of course you'll contact us, we'll guide you in the right direction based on your score as to what the next steps are. Or if your score is lower than 700, for instance, we can guide you how to improve, and we have the tools and the resources that are required to provide you the higher end scores. Even if you have a low score, in other words, we can still provide you the necessary business credit. The fourth step is to create a company name. So what this means is simply you create a company for yourself, right? Remember, we need to separate the business credit from your personal credit. So one of the good ways, right, and that's of course legally acceptable as well, you can create a company name and keep it general. So you don't want to create a company name in your own name, for instance, right? So if you're Jason Smith, right, so you don't want to say Jason, you can just create a generic name like XYZ Company ABC and so on. Step 5 is to simply go ahead and check and see if the business name is available with the Secretary of State website. And if it is available, you don't need to purchase at that point in time. And the reason why is because they want to make sure the website, which is the subsequent step, the domain for your own website is available or not, which essentially I'm going to talk about a little later. But right now, all you need to do is just simply go to the Secretary of State website and check to see whether that unique company name that you wish to establish is available or not. The company could be either LLC or C Corp or S Corp, or different types of companies are out there that you can create. LLC is a limited liability company, fairly popular because it limits your liability. If, in other words, if you default, right, the lenders or the institutions would not come directly to your personal assets, right? So your liability is limited in that sense. Steps 6 through 10. Once you've taken the first 5 steps, taken the initiative, created the company, next let's take a look at check if the domain name is available. And if the domain name is available, all you need to do at this point in time is purchase the domain name. Essentially, we'll be providing that domain name to the Secretary of State. The next step is to go through and get the address, phone numbers, set up a virtual office with phone numbers as a subsequent step. An alternative, you can also get the next step is to, in fact, go ahead and get a low-cost cell phone or your phone number, for instance. And there are many ways you can obtain a phone number. You can register the phone number in your own name. The other option in the next step is to set up a virtual office with a phone service. So there are several companies out there that provide services that give you a virtual office. They also give you a virtual assistant, including a phone number and an address. The alternative is to get a voice over IP office phone number service as well. So there are several options that you can take a look at and choose from. The important thing here is that going through all of these steps is optional. So you don't have to, in fact, get them right away. However, it is recommended because we've seen better results for companies that have some sort of office or a virtual office. But if your budget does not allow that, then you can always use your home address as well. And once all of these things are set up, then you can go ahead and get your business incorporated that I'm going to talk about next. And the last set of steps, 11 through 15, is once, of course, you find your company name to be unique with the Secretary of State. You go ahead and incorporate that. This way, you incorporate the company with the new business address and phone numbers that you set up in the previous step. Get your federal EIN number, which is an identification number, right, that you need, which is the employer identification number, EIN. And once you have that number, you need to go ahead and set up or open up a simple bank account, because to open up a business bank account, you need the EIN number. Once all of the steps are completed, you would go ahead and submit your application with DVI Global, and then we get to work and we get you the necessary funds. So it's fairly straightforward, simple steps that you can take, and it doesn't cost a whole lot either to reach to the last bit of steps, where we come in and then we help you out with getting business credit from various lenders. So I hope this helps. Let's move to the next lesson.